Hello everyone. Today I'm playing with things that I barely use, like these white flakes from Liquitex. Some this is a modeling paste kind of thing in pearl, mother of pearl color, and these pearl pens. So I decided to do some ATCs. I made 2 in the end. Started with 3. um, I am stamping with my foam stamp that I made, and just stamping some gesso, and there's a bit ink that was already on the stamp seeping through, but that's no problem. Drying it to the touch. Sorry for my dirty nails, but I've been gardening and it was a heck of a job, so I decided I need to create something, so that's why. Using the 2 distress paints that I own, the new one, Fossilized Amber and Cracked Pistachio, I think. Because I wanted a quick color on my card. And now I'm using this beautiful tissue paper, pattern paper that I got from, this one was from Linda Lepotka, and really love it. So pretty. And I love the wording, so something with length, grain of, what is it? Something, grain of fabric. So I thought, well, I'm going to use that. And then there was this other piece on that same stuff, and I thought, okay. And then I thought, oh, this looks like a landscape. So I turned the card around. And now these are the flakes that I showed you. I just used it once, I think, in an art journal. And so I'm putting it on, and this dries clear, and then you are left with those flakes, those white flakes. So I thought that would be nice. This started to remind me of how do you call that, a railroad track. So I was thinking about doing something with that, but it is a landscape in the end, but not a railroad track. But the lamp reminded me kind of like a signpost or something. So, but then I decided there needs to be a house. So I chose this stamp from Houses and Towers, and just using the little houses in the front. You'll see that. I'm cutting that out. And drying it in between just to make sure that I don't smudge it while I cut. And just using those little 2 houses there. And they fit perfectly. Using matte medium from Golden. For the lines I used a watercolor pencil. And then I thought, okay, there has to be a road leading to the house or church. Creating some shading and some bushes, and I thought, oh, looks nice, but you know me, I keep going on. So, of course, there needed to be some shading around the mountains. And I thought, oh, there's some yellow, that might be the sun. So I started thinking about where the shadows had to come, and I thought, oh, why? Just put the paint down and just see where it ends. Don't overthink. Doesn't have to be a beautiful painting. Just a little tiny thingy. Just a fun project. So love using watercolors, quick and easy, on these little cards. People ask me what kind of watercolor I use. This is Rembrandt watercolor. My sister did watercoloring and she gave everything to me, so I put the colors in this, how do you call that, tray, so I could use it. And this holds for years now, so beautiful colors, vibrant. Now, just touching up the colors here and there. And of course the bushes needed to be more clear, so I'm attending to that as well. And I'm just trying to make that stuff, that flake stuff dry, but I didn't use the heat gun on it. Don't know if it's possible. It might be possible, but I left it because I had another ATC to attend to, and I will get back to this one later. So I'm just touching it up with a bit of a yellow here and there, coloring the greens, and some little dots of red to imply that there are some flowers to make it a bit more pretty. So I left that one to dry, and then I attended to that modeling cream paste stuff in a color that I really don't use, mother of pearl color, white. But I said I would use it, so I'm doing it. Cleaning off the stencil on another card that I will use later. So I left that to dry as well while I was working on this other one, and made dots and dots and dots and dots. But I'm not going to bother you with that. So back to the other ones. They've dried now, and I stamped sentiment, and I wanted to use the whole sentiment first, but I thought no, it's too busy. I love the background. And you can see that it has dried, so the brownish color from the tissue paper is showing. And I'm colorizing the white flakes a little bit with the brushed corduroy because I thought it was too white. And then just a little black edge, as you know. I do that. And then I'm almost finished with this one. So I really like it. Now, attending to the other one. Oh, you see the one with all the dot thingies on it. So using watercolor on that one to create a background. I really didn't know where this was going because, well, I had absolutely no idea until I used this Ecoline on it, and I thought these looks like peacock feathers, or those, yeah, peacock feathers. That's what I was thinking. So I got a peacock feather because Art Jenny has a stamp sheet all about peacocks. So I thought, well, I would use that one. It's a new one. And now I stamped on that tissue paper that I got from Debbie, and I stamped the whole lot on it. Couldn't seem to stop, so I just ripped off a little part and well, used it. And then it wasn't showing, and then I thought, oh, I'm gonna stamp it all. Why not? Just looks like kind of like a something. I really don't know. It doesn't look like anything, does it? But then I stamped the beautiful peacock on that collection, and on a piece of scrap paper that I already colored with Distress inks. And it was just lying on my desk, so I used it. Fussy cutting the whole thing, of course, but I'm not gonna bother you with that either. So I am going to show you that I glue the peacock on the card. That's what I wanted to say. So just put a little bit of gesso on the background, but that'll change. Now I am trying to shade behind the peacock in a bit of a greenish brownish color of paint, acrylic paint, and just wiping it off again because I didn't like it, but it made it a bit darker. I like that. So I go into color the bird with a reddish color, and then a yellow for the feathers and for the bird entirely. So dabbing with the tissue paper with the tissue in between the layers, going over it to make it blend a bit more, and I really liked where this was going. So but I really needed to make those feathers pop a bit, so I'm using acrylic paint in yellow, just putting little dots on the feathers. And there is goes my favorite pencil, making everything black around it, only on the left side, and then colorizing the rest of the card. I didn't blend it, I just left it the way it is. And then I go in with fine tip pit brush marker thing from Faber-Castell. This is the fine, I think, yeah. So I go around all the wings and the whole bird and the feathers. And then I wanted to highlight a bit more just here and there, a little bit of white dots. This is gesso. And of course it needed a sentiment. So I stamped a love from a stamp collection, I don't know which brand. And I thought that was going to go on that one. And I really like the way this looks. So, well, this is it. Just two little cards, and you see I used a bit of ink to go around the edges of that beautiful peacock card. And now I'm just coloring the letters in the same color that I used to colorize the bird. And I hope you liked it, and I hope you watch next time. Bye bye everyone, and thank you for watching. Bye.